Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to find and complete the puzzle for every astronomy table here in Hogwarts Legacy. Now there's 15 tables in total. However, the very first one will be given to you through the main quest story astronomy class, which is unlocked about halfway through the game's completion. Once you work your way through that quest, you'll get the first astronomy table and it will then give you the ability to go find the other 14 around the map, to which we're going to show you how to do today. One thing you need to keep in mind is it does need to be nighttime to be able to work these astronomy tables, so make sure that it is dark out so that you're able to actually complete these puzzles. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So I want to make this clear at the beginning so you guys don't get confused. Throughout this entire video, you guys are going to see each astronomy table location on my map with this moon and star emblem that they have. This isn't always going to pop up on your map though. So if you're looking at my video and you're on your own map and you're like, why is the emblem not popping up on mine? You have to be near it and use the Revelio spell for it to pop up on your map. So if you find this emblem, go to these areas. I'm going to show you where to go. Use Revelio when you get close, and then you'll be able to see these on your map if you want to come back to them later. All right, guys, so we're going to start on the very northern side of the map over here by the North Ford Bog, to which we have one astronomy table, and the location is actually going to be just to the east of our tower here. So we're going to go right over here to the San Bakar's Tower, Fluflame, and we're just going to go northwest. You guys can see that the location is literally right on top of the tower. So I'll ping it to show you exactly where it's at. But once you take that Fluflame, all you'll have to do is hop on your broomstick, fly on over to the tower, and you guys will see it's over here on the ledge by this little cluster of trees. So to get this astronomy table to work, we're going to have to zoom out and then rotate all the way left. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And once I get to about this area, I'm going to start rotating left until you see the stars start to align here with our figure. We're going to continue to rotate left. And as you guys can see, right about here is where it's going to line up. So I'll zoom out a little bit more. And once you do, you'll be able to complete this puzzle. So for our next location, we're going to head down into the Forbidden Forest. There is one astronomy table here, and it's actually just south of the Hippogriff Den. So you guys can see that right here on your map, you'll have the Hippogriff Den emblem. The location is going to be just south of that on a big stack of rock. So the quickest way here is to take the West Forbidden Forest Fluflame. If you don't have this one, there's a couple others that are nearby you can take. But again, it's right next to the Hippogriff Den. I'll go ahead and fly over here to show you exactly where it's at. You can hop on your broomstick, fly over here. And as you guys can see, again, we have kind of a giant stack of rocks beyond the tree line here. And if you look left, the Hippogriff Den is literally right here. So once you get to the Hippogriff, just turn around. You guys will see it right here on these rocks. So to complete this puzzle, all we're going to do is zoom all the way out and go right. So zoom all the way out as far as you can possibly go. And once it stops, start turning your guy right here. And as you turn right, you'll eventually get to exactly where you need to be. And you guys can see I have it right here. If you get to this point, it's not working, just zoom in a little bit. So as you guys can see, I just zoomed in just a little bit and you'll be able to finish this one. Next, we're going to head down into the Hogsmeade Valley, to which we have one astronomy table. If you zoom in, this one's actually going to be found over here near the upper Hogsfield Fluflame, and the location is just west. So if you don't have the emblem on your map, there's a little overlook right here. Just put down a marker in this general area. Go ahead and take your upper Hogsfield Fluflame. And once you do, hop on your broomstick, turn around, and head just beyond this tree line, and you guys will see that our astronomy table is right here at this overlook. Now to complete this table, all we're going to do is zoom in a little bit and rotate to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit to where it almost looks like we're even with the stars here, and we're going to start rotating to our left until you start to see these line up. So you guys can see right about here is where they line up, and then you kind of just need to rotate your table around until you get it lined up. And there you go, you'll have this one complete. Next, we're going to head down into the South Hogwarts region around the castle. It's going to say there's two astronomy tables here, one of which you will have already completed if you did the main story mission. The second one is actually located on the very northern side. So if you guys come right over here to the Forbidden Forest Fluflame, the location is going to be just to the west. So again, if you don't have the emblem on your map, there's a little cluster of trees. Just go ahead and put a marker down in this tree. Go ahead and take the Forbidden Forest Fluflame, and literally right when you spawn, you guys can already see the table up on this hill. I'll fly over here. You guys can see up on this little mountain or hill, whatever you want to call this thing. Our astronomy table is right here in the open. Now to complete this puzzle, all we're going to do is zoom all the way out and rotate right. So I'll go ahead and zoom as far out as I can go. I'm going to start to rotate right. And once you line this up, you'll just want to zoom back in enough to where it lines up. And there you go. You got this one complete. Next, we're going to head down to the Hogwarts Valley, to which we have two astronomy tables. Our first one is going to be located in the middle by Keenbridge. So you guys can see here where I'm standing is the Keenbridge Fluflame. The location is going to be in the ruins that are right next to it. So right to the right of that Fluflame, you guys are going to have this little rundown castle. The astronomy table is going to be on the top. So go ahead and take the Keenbridge Fluflame. Once you do, you can hop on your broomstick, do a complete 180, You guys can see the rundown castle over here. We'll just fly over here really fast, and you guys will be able to see the astronomy table is located on the top here. Now to complete this puzzle, we're just going to zoom in a little bit and rotate to the right. So we'll zoom in just a little bit, and then we'll start rotating to the right. This one's pretty easy to figure out. You guys will see right about here is where we're lined up. Zoom in just a little bit more, and you guys will be able to complete this one. Our next location is found on the northeastern side of the valley. So if you guys come up here to a small town called Brockborough, the location is going to be on this hill just south of the hamlet. So you guys can see we have this hill with all these trees. Go ahead and put down a marker in this area, and then go ahead and take the Brockborough Flue Flame. And once you do, just head toward that marker. You guys will see as you head toward this little hill here, our astronomy table is going to be found just on the other side of the trees, on top of this little hill. So for this next puzzle, we're just going to zoom out and rotate left. So all you got to do is zoom out just a little bit, start rotating left. You guys will see we're kind of already lined up here. We just need to zoom out a little bit more. So zoom out accordingly. And once you get that right, you'll be able to complete this one. Next, we're going to head over to the Feldcroft region, to which we're going to have 2 more astronomy tables. The first one's going to be on the northern side of this section. You guys can see that we do have a flue flame up here called North Feldcroft. We're going to take that flue flame, and the location is going to be just west. So you guys will see we have a lot of cool stuff over here, including a bandit camp that's pretty big here. The location is going to be right next to this bandit camp. So put down a marker around these trees and go ahead and take this Flue Flame North Feldcroft. And once you do, just get on your broomstick and fly toward where you place that marker down. You won't be able to miss the bandit camp as it's pretty massive right here. And the astronomy table is just on the other side of the bandit camp. So you guys can see it on this overlook here. And this is the location for your next astronomy table. Now to complete this puzzle, we're just going to zoom in just a little bit and rotate to the right. So go ahead and start to zoom in just a little bit here. You guys can see we'll get closer to the size of the stars, and then rotate right. And once you do, you'll be able to complete this one. So our second location in this region is going to be found as far west as you guys can go. You can see where I'm kind of standing here. There's going to be a flue flame down here called the South Feldcroft Flue Flame. The location is going to be just north of here. So you guys can see that just north of that flue flame, we have a cluster of trees. If you don't have the astronomy table emblem on your map, just put a marker down next to these trees and go ahead and take the South Feldcroft Flue Flame. And once you do, just walk outside the door. Go ahead and hop on your broomstick, and we're going to fly toward the marker that we just placed down. And as you guys can see, it's pretty easy to find as it's just up here on top of this hill. Now to complete this puzzle, all we're going to do is zoom all the way in and rotate to the right. So zoom in as far as you can go. And once you do, start rotating right, and you guys will see pretty quickly it starts to line up. You may need to zoom out just a little bit here, but once you do, you'll be able to complete this astronomy table. Next, we're going to head down to the Poidsear coast section, and we're going to go to the southern side of this section. We're going to go to the flue flame down here called the South Poidsear coast. And once you take that flue flame, the location is going to be just at the bottom of this hill. You guys can see if you don't have this emblem, just put a marker right at the bottom of this hill here. Go ahead and take the South Poidsear coast flue flame. Once you do, you'll spawn in a little hut. You can walk outside the hut, hop on your broomstick, and just fly toward the marker that you placed down. You guys will see that right here by these couple trees on this ledge, you will have your next astronomy table. Now to complete this puzzle, we're going to zoom all the way out. And once you do, we're just going to start rotating to the left. So now that we're all the way out, just rotate to the left. And you guys will see pretty quickly it starts to line up here. And then we can just kind of zoom a little bit more in to line it up better. And you'll be able to complete this one. Next, we're going to head down into the Marunweem Lake, to which we have one astronomy table, and it's going to be found on the northeastern side. So you guys can see kind of where I'm standing. You'll want to go ahead and take the Coastal Mine Flue Flame, and the location is going to be just south of that. So we have another flue flame out here called the Tower Tunnel, but it's in the mountain, and you can't use your broomstick inside, so it'll take you a lot longer to get here. So we'll go ahead and take the Coastal Mine Flue Flame. But the location is going to be just outside. If I can get to a spot where it's easier for you guys to see, it's going to be at the bottom of this mountain here. So if you zoom in just south of the Coastal Mine Flue Flame, it's going to be located right at the bottom of this mountain. So if you don't have the emblem, just put down a marker down here and take that Coastal Mine Flue Flame, hop on your broomstick, and we're just going to start flying up the mountain here. Now, it's not going to be at the very, very top. You guys can see it's a little bit easier on my game because I have the emblem. If you don't have the emblem, just fly in this direction. And as you get about halfway up the mountain over toward these rocks, you guys will start to see it as we have a lot of pillars up here that are surrounding the astronomy table. But here is your next location. So for this puzzle, we're just going to zoom in and rotate left. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit until our dots look about right, and then just start rotating left. You guys will see that massive circle. We're about to line up with the massive star here. And once you do, you guys can see this is kind of where we want to be. I need to zoom in a little bit more to line it up right. And once you do so, you'll be able to complete this table. Next, we're going to head over to the Manor Cape section. And this astronomy table is going to be found on the southern point of this Manor Cape. So if you guys come all the way down over here, you guys will find that this strip of land just leads all the way to the end. And the astronomy table is going to be found at the very end. Once you get down here, you're going to see ruins. And there's a lot of stuff going on in these ruins, but we also have an astronomy table that's on the second floor of this rundown building. Now, there's 3 flue flames that are in this area. You've got 1 north and 2 east. I think that probably the South Clagmar coast one is the quickest way there. But regardless, if you just take one of those, you'll be able to be pretty close. And I'll just fly from this area. Once I get close, I'll show you exactly where it's at in this building. Now, as you guys can see, I'm coming up on the ruin here. And you want to be careful if you haven't been out here yet. You will have a couple enemies. So if you land on the ground, they'll probably start trying to fight you. But you kind of want to just fly above the ruins and onto the second floor here, and right here will be your next astronomy table. For this next puzzle, all we're going to do is zoom out and rotate to our right. So we'll zoom out until our dots kind of line up with the size of the stars, and then we'll just start rotating right, and you guys can see pretty quickly we're already there. So all we got to do is zoom out a little bit more, turn to the left, and you guys will see you're able to complete it just like that. Next, we're going to head over here to the Cragcroftshire, to which we'll have 1 astronomy table, and we're going to go to the far eastern side. Out here, you're going to have a flue flame called Cragcroft, and the astronomy table is going to be found just south of this. So if you go to this flue flame and go just south, there's going to be kind of a line of trees here. If you don't have the emblem, just put a marker down here in this area. Take the flue flame, and once you do, all you got to do is walk outside of this building. And if you turn left, you guys can pretty much already see the astronomy table from here. But we'll fly over to this this small little hill, follow the path up the hill, and your astronomy table will be right up here at the top. Now, to complete this puzzle, all we have to do is zoom out a bit and then rotate right. So I'm going to zoom out, and all we have to do is go to the right just a little bit. And once you do, you guys will see it's pretty much already lined up. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. And there we go. You'll have this one complete. For our next location, we're going to head over to the Clagmar coast, and we're going to go right about to the middle here. You guys will see we have a giant rundown castle, as well as the Clagmar castle flue flame. The astronomy table is going to be found just south of the flue flame. So if you don't have it on your map, just come down here just south and put a marker down in this area. Go ahead and take your Clagmar castle flue flame, and once you do, hop on your broomstick and head toward that marker. And as you guys get over here, you guys will see the rocks sticking out of the ground. And your astronomy table is going to be found right in between these stones sticking out of the ground. Now, to complete this puzzle, all we're going to do is zoom in and rotate to the right. So we'll zoom in a little bit, and once we do, we can start rotating right. And here's where we've got it lined up. We just need to kind of move it around, zoom out a little bit more. And there you go. You'll complete this astronomy table. Now, our final location is going to be found in the Hogwarts castle, or just outside of the castle. And this one's pretty hard to show you on the map because it won't let you ping based off of the Hogwarts map here. But your next and final location is going to be found on the very southern point of the castle. You guys can see the greenhouses here. It's going to be down here by this very lower wall. So I'm standing at it right now. If you guys can see right here, this is where it's going to be. I'll show you how to get there. The quickest way there is to take the bell tower wing and go to the Hogwarts North exit flue flame. And after taking that flue flame, all you want to do is follow the wall towards the lake. So once we spawn in, I'll hop on my broomstick here, and we'll just follow the wall all the way down. If I spawned in, I hop on my broomstick. I'm going to take a right, and I'm just going to follow the wall down. I tried to put a marker close by, but you guys will see the walls down here. And once you fly over, you guys will be able to see the astronomy table just beyond these little trees here. And this is your last one. Now, to complete this last table, all we're going to do is zoom out a bit and rotate to the right. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to start turning right here. And as you guys can see, it lines up pretty quickly. And there you go. You've got your last astronomy table. But this is how to find and complete all the astronomy tables here in Hogwarts Legacy. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.